Welcome back to another Ami figure pre-orders roundup from the 19th to 24th of May 2025. Quite a few figures this week to look at. Different camera angle lens as well I'm trying today. So let me know how it looks. Overall, it's a prime lens, so it doesn't do autofocus or anything like that. But it should be a bit sharper than the kit lens that comes with the with the camera. So definitely let me know if you think that's if this angle's alright. And yeah, we'll get straight on into the figures that are up for pre-order this week. Quite a few NSFW figures this week as well, which are obviously towards the end of the video. Those links for all these figures will be in the description down below like normal, just not the adult section videos obviously. So we've got some more from We Art Doing. Salmon Spirit Silver, 23,710 yen. So you've got silver and a caramel version. So like before, We Art Doing do these sorts of food themed figures. They take a food concept, turn it into a figure. This one's the worst one I've seen personally. I don't like the face, don't like the hair of this one. I get what they're going for, but this is cheaper than the previous ones, like the other like fairy ones, the cheeseburger ones, the donut ones and that lot. They've been like 33,000 yen sort of range, around the 30,000 yen range. So this is cheaper, but I just don't like the sculpt work is really lazy on this one, and the colors don't look very good. It doesn't look really cute or anything anyway. The color, like the painting, looks okay, but I think just the overall style of it, I think I just don't like personally. So I wouldn't recommend either of these, to be honest. I guess the silver one's probably a bit better because you've actually got the grey scaling of the scales of the fish, and obviously the pink salmon actually coming through, so that looks better than the caramel one. I guess the caramel one was where if it's been grilled, I suppose. So yeah, if you want them, they're there, but and I think they include the chalkboard, Deba Bachol, which I'm guessing is the chalkboard, is probably included as well. So I guess that's a nice bonus, better than just being on like a round base or anything. But yeah, I don't like these ones. Halloween Witch by Oriental Forest, 15,810 yen, November 2025. This one's pretty nice actually, especially for the price. It doesn't mention a scale. 28 centimeters in height, so probably 1/7, I would say, for 28 centimeters in height. Yeah, 28 centimeters in height. So yeah, I would say about 1/7. Yeah, really nice. I like, obviously, as a witch, so very Halloween themed. Love the cakes, very nice extra detail to the base. Yeah, overall I like the whole concept. Obviously a witch with a sweet tooth, I guess you could say. She likes her cake, so yeah, very nice. I think, like the concept, like the colouring, everything looks really good for the price. Definitely, I think, probably worth getting hold of. Oriental Forest is a newer manufacturer, so maybe look at some MFC links of other figures that they've released before, but this one, I think, for the money, you're getting quite a lot of figure with the cakes and the stands and the base as well. And it looks like, I think you can potentially place those stands separately as well, so it gives you a bit more dynamic to how you want them orientated around her. I don't think there'll be like actual posts to put these cake stands on in fixed positions, so you can at least adapt it to your collection a bit better, or use them in other figures as well potentially. Scale fit on your shelf to, if you're doing like a sweet themed or cake pastry themed sort of collection, and you've got other figures that will match, then you might be able to use those cake stands on other figures. Goddess of Victory, Nikkei D Killer Wife on 7th by Enso Toys, 19,600 yen, February 2026. Again, with these sort of gacha theme, they, especially Nikkei, they're doing very well in terms of the curves and the sex appeal of these figures. So obviously a very busty figure, very tight sort of dress, quite nice looking. Basic paint job. Nikkei D Killer Wife. Yep. Nikkei D, sorry. Yeah, quite nice looking figure. Minimal skin shading. Hair shading is pretty flat as well. Nice sculpt work on the dress, all the creases and curves. So that's really nicely done. And the cardigan looks pretty good. Face is probably a bit flat, maybe, but it's alright, not too bad. So overall, it's not too bad. 20,000 yen is probably about right. And Enzo Toys, I think, have done a pretty good job overall. And it's not your bog standard plastic base. Obviously, with it being on this sort of where is it? There we go. So you got this brown sort of Oriental, not Oriental, but like marbling effect. So she's sort of in some sort of mansion or something, flooring. So yeah, it looks quite good. And then they also do a deluxe version, which comes with a sniper rifle and weapon bag as additional options, which might be worth paying the extra 4,000 yen for. Bomberg Girl, Prune Succubus Cheer costume version by Amakuni, 28,800 yen. Very popular series. I think a lot of people like the previous figures that were released. She looks really nice. Hair sculpt work looks really good. Love the purple shading. Obviously love the outfit. It's a very sexy looking figure as well. Very much looks like a succubus if you didn't know the IP that she's from. So overall, very good looking figure. I really like it a lot. I love the hair, love the colouring. Sculpt work looks really good. Obviously squeezing her breasts together, so they're popping out and definitely on show. Love the face as well. Facial expression looks great. Great looking figure. Obviously very nice posterior as well. And it's part of the setup as well. I think this one in the middle is on pre-owned, but the pre-orders for the other Bomberg Girl, which I covered probably a few weeks ago maybe, are closed. So maybe pre-order this if you can, and maybe bookmark the other two. Very tempted to get this one, but I don't think I want a Bomberg Girl collection, Bomberg Girl figures in my collection. But if you are a fan, then these are very nice looking figures. Definitely probably worth getting a hold of. Death Ball Suzerain 1/7 by Orchid Seed, 27,170 yen. With it being Orchid Seed, that means it's cast off, most likely. So, but yeah, Death Ball, so some sort of baseball themed game, I think, that is based off of. Very dark skinned character, nice touch. Obviously, elf ears, again, very good. Very sexy pose and whatnot. Very similar to my Wendy Crawford. That is off of from a H series. So yeah, there's very nice looking figure. I like the armoring and whatnot. The pricing is probably for how detailed the actual finish is on the body sculpting. Maybe doesn't give a lot to for what you're getting, but overall it's not too bad. And I think when we see her cast off, let's see, so yeah, so you can see a bit of paint bleed over on the armoring down here on the skin, so it's not the neatest for 27,000 yen. It is a 1/7, so it's a bit harder to do that compared to like 1/5, which Wendy Crawford is. So off her being a large scale figure, it's easier to stay in the lines and curves and that lot. So yeah, she's a very nice looking figure. Obviously, looks like you can have her with some armor off, the extra cape and bit nut, and obviously have her cast off as well. So yeah, very nice looking figure. I think potentially worth getting hold of if you like the series or you are a fan of dark skinned characters that are cast off. We don't get tons of them, but when you do get them, they've generally always been very nice looking figures. So if you are a fan of dark skinned characters in your collection, then definitely worth getting a hold of, I think, even if you don't know the IP. And we've got Figma Holive production Niname Inanis Max Factory, 16,800 yen, November 2025. Covering this because obviously she is a VTuber that actually covers Ami as well, and is the ambassador of Ami. So when anything mentions to this, I thought I'll at least bring this up. If you do shop on Ami a lot and whatnot, I want to show your support. And that I haven't watched any of her streams. I really should get around to watching some of her streams. But yeah, very nice looking, cute looking figure. There was an Android of up pre-order a few months ago. I didn't get around to. I think I covered it, but I haven't ordered that one. It's quite expensive because of obviously the tentacle tails is like double the price of a normal Android. So this Figma is obviously going to be quite expensive as well because of that. Obviously all the additional plastic and whatnot. But it's a posable figure. She looks really cute. paint job is going to be perfectly fine. It's Max Factory, so I've got no terms of the qualms of the quality of this as well. Just thought I'd show this because it's just a very nice looking figure. A lot of accessories that you get with typical Figmas. Yeah, just a very cute figure. VTuber to have, especially if you do like her as well, and the fact that she's an Ami ambassador. And we got Unicorn Overlord Rosalind 1/7 by Kodapakir, 21,940 yen, December 2025. So I'm not familiar with the series, but it's a dark skinned elf, dark elf. So even though I don't know anything about the IP, she's very nice. Paint job looks really good. Sculpt work is a stout standing. I love the hair, the sort of white to turquoise blue hair shading going on here. It's very nice. And there's obviously this her companion elf as well that you can get, which I think I covered. I was up for pre-order a few months ago, or a few weeks ago. So by Kodapakir, I think probably worth getting hold of as well. I'm very tempted to just bookmark this and see what she's like when the price is like, at least, or availability in December. So very nice looking figure. I do like these sort of fantasy themed figures more so lately as well. Mikame Shimada Artworks Arisa by Kodapakir, 20,900 yen, December 2025. Yeah, pretty nice, weapon girl with a huge weapon in tactical gear, very scantily clad. Overall, it's fine. Pretty simple design. It's nothing amazing with the colours, nothing's popping. The red underlay on the jacket is very nicely done and very nicely shaded as well. It's very deep, rich red. Boots look really nice. Obviously, she's got a little bit of squeezage in the boob area. Face is pretty cute. Yeah, she looks perfectly fine. I think probably worth the price, 21,000 yen. Very nice looking figure overall. Spirit Maid Ayaka, 1/6 by Hobilic, 14,100 yen, June 2026. So a cheap, relatively cheap figure, a 1/6 scale. Is she cast off? I don't think so. This is the new manufacturer that's getting into the very cheap figures that are on the larger scale compared to 1/7. In terms of her being an elf design, overall design is quite good, but the sculpt work is obviously a bit more on the less resolution side, so there's not a lot of intricate detailing on this. There's obviously some on the top of the tights. They're molded at least, which is a nice bonus. Overall, it's not too bad. I think for less than 15,000 yen for 1/6, it's very nice. It's a very sexy looking elf maid figure. Definitely a more unique design. So I do like it quite a lot. The face is okay, I think. There's not a lot of the cheek. You don't really see any sort of formation of the cheeks, unfortunately. Hair sculpting looks okay, but pretty flat in terms of the shading. So there's not tons of shading. She looks fine. I think 14,000 yen's okay, I suppose, for this sort of figure. She looks okay overall. If you're a sucker for elves and maids, especially elf maids, then probably worth getting a hold of and having in your collection. Figma Metroid, other M Samus by Good Smile Company, 9,800 yen, January 2026. So probably an auto buy for a lot of people who are into Metroid series. I've not played any of the Metroid games, I know, but there's just too many games to play. But very nice looking figure, and obviously the armor suits a Figma anyways. So I think an auto buy for anyone who's a fan of Metroid. Very nice looking figure, all dynamic weapon options. Yeah, very worth. I think definitely worth getting a hold of to have in your collection. And 10,000 yen is not a lot of money for this figure. And there is also Samus in her Zero suit for the same price, 9,900 yen. Obviously, with it being the humanoid form, you can see the joints. It's not as nice as the her in her actual battle suit. So, but again, overall really good. They've actually got the colours of the suit very accurately from the game. The multiple hairstyles, bit of a weird option. I think most people prefer her with the ponytail. But yeah, she looks fine, and with the couple of obviously hand options, weapon options. I don't know how many people are actually going to display her with the short hair. I think the short hair doesn't suit her personally. But yeah, overall, pretty good looking figure, and that's February. I think they're both February. Oh, one's January, one's February. So you can space them out if you want a tighter budget. They're in separate months. Kadokawa Plastic Model Series, or Konosuba of Megamine, basically the DX version, for 9,900 yen. So these are pre-colored, so you don't have to do any painting as you would normally do with the plastic model series that we've had in the past. I thought I'd cover this because you actually get a ton of options with this one, and you get some with the DX one. You get some explosion magic effects as well, packaged separately, so they're not in the same box. But yeah, so these are her. You do have to have clippers, side cutters, for actually getting her off the sprue, and then you have to assemble her. So there's a bit of a do-it-yourself for it, but it's a posable figure. Very nice looking figure. I love the colours. You know, they're pre-painted, so just have to be careful when you're clipping them out. Obviously, you don't want to scratch the figure up too much, or at least the parts up too much. But yeah, really like it as well. Different body options, different hands, all the different poses. Her, you know, in her standard outfit on a swimsuit. Yeah, I like it a lot. So I definitely think a lot of people will probably want to get this one, with multiple face options, as well as a very nice touch. Yeah, very nice looking figure, I think, overall. And here's the different explosion accessories as well. Really good. Definitely a lot gone above beyond like you would do with other scale figures. But I think for the price you can, and you want to do a bit of, you know, do it yourself, I think not worth getting a hold of. Chi Shinkai 1/6 by MSGM Project, 8,360 yen, January 2026. So very tight sportswear themed character. Face looks pretty realistic. Hair sculpting is pretty detailed as well. Does seem to be slightly translucent potentially, with the way it's shaded as well. As you can see, as well, the skin tones coming through the fringe area a bit, and obviously semi-translucent jacket. Obviously, yeah, very sexy looking figure, and I think 1/8 scale, you know, not less than 10,000 yen for 1/6, very good. Don't expect the best paint work. I think the face is fine as well. Yeah, overall very nice, I think, for a figure overall, if you just treat it as an OC. But again, this is another new manufacturer, so I think this might be their first take on this. So maybe give the first one a miss if you're a bit reluctant to take the, you know, be part of the first release of their of this manufacturer. So yeah, you don't know how the final quality is going to be like. Unfortunately, this is the problem with all these new manufacturers coming out, is you've got they've got no track record, unlike the obviously established Japanese manufacturers. Hanikami Kenojo Naka Hinora, gym uniform version 1 court scale by Freeing, 38,500 in October 2025. So this one, hair amazing, very nicely shaded and sculpted, extremely nicely done. Obviously it's not your box stand, it's not a bunny suit, not B style, so gym attire looks really good. But sculpt work is really nicely done. Paint job looks really good. So overall, definitely a step up from what we have normally seen from Freeing. So overall, very nice looking figure. I don't know the series. If I've watched the series, I probably would purchase this figure. But because I don't know the series and the anime that they formed, I've not watched it, I'm probably not going to purchase this. But I can definitely see people who've got this. They're getting a lot of nice treatment from Freeing, and they're getting basically the best of what Freeing can do when they actually do flex their manufacturing muscles and can actually paint and sculpt properly for the price. So I think worth the 38,500 yen for this one. Kadokawa Gushing Over Magical Girls Sulphur 1/7 by Kadokawa, 17,820 yen, February 2026. So we finally got Sulphur. So just waiting on, I think there's one more of the magical girls we're just missing now from Kadokawa. So yep, again, very nicely done. I like the shading as well, the yellow going to darker yellow. Overall, nice sculpt, love the face, pose is really good. The facial expression definitely suits the character, so very nice looking figure. 1/7, easy buy if you've watched the series. I do like the series as well, especially if you watch the uncensored ones. That's what I personally watched. Quite good enjoyment out of that. So definitely very, I think, worth getting a hold of if you're going to collect the Gushing and Magical Girls and have them in your collection. A ludicrous recall, Tanika Inoue oversized sweatshirt version 1/7 by Fat Company, 19,000 yen, February 2026. So, is Fat Company going to give us a bomb, or are they going to strike gold? I like the concept. You know, ludicrous recall, popular series in having the characters Chisato and Inoue in, you know, an oversized sweatshirt. Definitely, I think a lot of people would like. The problem is Fat Company. Looking at this, no shading on the sweatshirt, hair, no shading, sculpt work, minimal. Really, like the creases in the sweatshirt are fine, but you'd expect that from like prize figures. So again, as I've covered before with Fat Company, 19,000 yen, too much. Yes, it's a scale figure, not a prize figure, but the actual overall, all the bits, extra bits, the separate pieces, basically, when you look at the figure as a whole, it just looks like a prize figure. There are prize figures out there that have better shading than this, and they're half the price or less than half the price. And the same, I think, with Chisato. Unfortunately, there's no hair shading. Ribbon's nice, but the sweatshirt is basic, basic sculpt work. Like the prints on them look pretty good. The flower print is pretty good, but again, 19,000 yen, I don't think worth getting a hold of. Neo Automata version 1.1A A2 1/7 by Max Factory, 25,800 yen. Very dynamic figure. Like this a lot. Love the base work. Like the other Neo Automata figures we covered before from Max Factory. Definitely, if you're going to get those, get this one as well. But yeah, very nice. Paintwork looks really good. She's got some battle damage, as you can see. She's got some smudge works on her legs. Yeah, I like this a lot. Very good looking figure. Very realistic with the damage and the the way the back of these tails coming off. That the way they flow shows she's actually like moving a lot. Very good. There's not like tons of hair shading. There's good, is a good amount overall. I think for 26,000 yen, I think an auto buy. I think if you're a Neo Automata fan, and they don't think they show a picture of her with others. No. So, but I think Max Factory have done other ones before of the other characters of Neo Automata. So definitely worth, I think, getting a hold of if you are going to. I'm very tempted to get this one. July 2026. I don't know whether I've got stuff in that month next year. Data Live for Nia Honjo 1/7 by Belfine, 22,440 yen. August 2025. Okay, so Veil going to water effect, very nice touch, like that a lot. And the same with the dress, very nice. I love the dress concept, blending into water, very nice. Overall paint job looks really good. Yep, the outfit looks really nice. Sculpt work looks really good. Hair shading looks fine. Everything looks really good, and it's 23,000 yen. I think very nice looking figure. Nothing bad to say about it. I think she looks really good. And then we've got Nakuru Hosimiya as well, 22,440 yen, July 2025. So very soon. So I think I've covered both of these before, anyways, months ago. This is just like a redoing of the pre-orders. Yep. Obviously, she's pretty much fully naked. Obviously, her hair's covering her opai. But I like the pose. I like how dynamic she is. The stand is obviously off-putting, but there's not much you can do about it when she's in this pose. The detailing it and this cape that she's got, this starlight is really nicely done. So again, a very nice looking figure. 22,000 yen. Yep, very good, worth getting a hold of, I think. And I do like the Data Live series a lot. I've only seen the first 2 seasons though. I need to catch up with that. Boi the Rocktori Goto 1/7 by Proof, 14,020 yen. Boi in a box. Yep, the box looks really good. Love the paintwork. Her hair's very nicely shaded. Sculpt looks really good. Just a really nice looking figure. And 14,000 yen is a really good price as well for this. So yeah, I think very good, definitely worth getting a hold of. Bit simple on the base, but that's fine. Salmon Spirit 2019 Nakuru by Proof, 25,240 yen. December 2025. They're more expensive, obviously. This is over 10,000 yen than the other one, than the Boi, but obviously they're very much more detailed. A very dynamic base. The bird, how well detailed and sculpted those feathers are, and yeah, all the foliage that's on the bird. The figure itself very nicely painted, very dynamic. The blue, all the colours, very clean lines. It's very nice. Proof is, I think, initially I think there's some of the older figures were a bit bad, but it looks like they've definitely stepped up their game. So I think Proof is a manufacturer to keep an eye out for, and they do seem to do these more niche. Apart from obviously Boi, she's quite well renowned, but they do seem to do older IPs, older anime series, which is good. There's not a lot of manufacturers out there that do these older anime series and will do figures for them. So Proof, I think, is worth keeping as a manufacturer, keep an eye on future releases. Girls Frontline PA15 Treading Light, coming night version 1/7 by Anigame, 19,100 yen, March 2026. Okay, so Girls Frontline, don't see a lot of those figures these days. Sculpt work, yep, like the sculpt work. She's an angle. Overall design is very nice. Hair sculpting is very nice. So all pluses there. Yeah, overall, very nice looking figure, I think. Just if you're into a Girls Frontline, probably worth getting a hold of. I just don't play the game, so I have no reason to get this figure. And even if I treated it as an OC, I don't want these like ballerina-esque style figures in my collection. It's not the sort of theme I'm going for. So you do have to take into account the overall concept of the figure. If you've got other figures, or you planning to purchase other figures and have a shelf of that in your collection, so they're all similar. Personally, I'm not planning to have anything like this. Yes, I have B-style figures that have got stripper poles, but not anything like this where there's a dance pole. Azure Lane Asanagi 1/6 by Anigame, 19,900 yen, April 2026. Okay. Painting, really good. Hair, really good. Sculpt work in terms of the hair and the body looks really nice. Pose, pretty simple, but I think based on the character from the game, it suits her emotions and the way she would come across anyways. Yeah, overall looks really good. Obviously she's got like ceremonial dress, ninja style attire. A very sexy looking figure. Is a bit on the lolly-esque side, but yeah, I liked it a lot. A very nice looking figure. Yeah, 10 out of 10. Very worth getting a hold of if you're an Azure Lane figure. I think Anigame are doing very good with this. Maid Mason Kenojo Nero Shidoku 1/6 by DMM Factory, 31,350 yen, February 2026. So very sexy looking figure. I love the when they do a slit in the outfit going so you can see all of the leg all the way up to the thigh. Very nice. Love the bosom window that we've got going on here. So overall outfit very good, very sexy. I love the pose. Hair is very nice, very dynamic, very nicely coloured. I think definitely worth getting hold of. Really like this Maid figure. Definitely a very good Maid figure. Well, the hair shading looks really nice. The plate is very nicely done, and they've actually done pretty good skin shading as well. Like when the skin meets obviously parts of the clothing, they actually do they shade it in, so it's not just flat over the entire thing. Same thing here on the thigh. When the sock is pinching, obviously her thigh, they actually have the skin reddening. So yeah, very nice looking figure, very realistic, extremely good, definitely worth getting hold of. And I think 32,000 yen is pretty much right. I think right on the money. I think for this figure. Overlord Shelter Bloodfallen 10th anniversary Sobin version 1/6 by Union Creative, 28,800 yen, January 2026. Very nice looking figure. I really like the blood effects going on. Shelter is one of my favorite characters from Overlord. Yeah, I love the base, love the blood sort of wings going on. Love her, the outfits, her box down outfit, very nicely shaded, very nicely sculpted. Hair is dynamic. Yeah, and the fact that she's grabbing her gown is very much what she does in the anime as well. I think with some good lighting, she looked really good on display as well. And I love the blood effects. The shading on the blood effects is really nicely done. I'm very tempted to just pre-order this and just say screw it, I'm getting this next year. Yes, extremely nice looking figure, definitely worth getting a hold of, I think. And now into the adult section, probably the bit that most people want to watch. So we've got Captive Knight Zephyria tanned version 1/6 by Party Look, 23,260 yen. So this is the alternate. This is a tanned version of the previous one. I've not covered the original one. I don't think so, because it was released about 2 years ago, if I remember correctly. This is very nice. I prefer this tan version over the original version colorway. We probably would actually want both. I think they're so different in terms of the coloring that you can treat them as completely different characters, even though the sculpting is obviously the concept is exactly the same. It's just a recolor because the armor is different as well. But I love this pose. Obviously, this is a fully cast off figure. Look at that face. Love the face. Love the skin shadings. Extremely nice. The pose, the toys, obviously. Yeah, very nice looking figure. Yeah, love the pole. The armor is very nice. The black to red and pink armoring is really good. Just very nice looking figure. Fully cast off. Yeah, I'm pretty much going to be pre-ordering this one. There's two versions. So you can get a slightly more expensive version, which comes with a wall scroll. I probably will spend a little bit more to get the wall scroll. Very nice looking figure. Then we've got, this one's a bit lacking, I think. China Dress Girl Black version. Illustrated by, not even attempt that, 1/6 by Pure. For 24,150 yen, February 2026. Okay, so simple China dress concept. Blonde girl in a China dress sitting on a chair. Okay, that's fine. She's, her bare chest is completely exposed. Well, I say completely, so you can see the nipples and the top of them. And obviously you can see that she's got no underwear on through the heart-shaped rear window. So that's okay. Pretty sexy overall. Hair looks nice and okay. The face is off-putting. I think it's the eyes and how, I don't know what it is. Something about it, it's like she's mentally deranged. It's like a psychopathic. I think that's just a psychopath face. It's probably that smile, just very deranged overall. And then the nipple shading is really nice actually. Like the colouring there is pretty good. And then obviously mirrored base, and there's a cut hole through the seat. She looks fine. Just the face is just so nerving, off-putting. I just wouldn't purchase this figure because of that face. So depending on if you're going to be paying attention to the face, then maybe get it or not. But I don't think it's worth getting a hold of personally. I just don't like that face. Tanin no Sensei 1/6, regular edition by Her Love. This is the unrooted hair version, which implies obviously nothing down there. February 2026. Obviously, very sexy sensei teacher, very common trope, in H series that you'd want to watch. Just very sexy looking figure, big breasted, arse out, and then you can have her, with sexy lingerie as well underneath and fully cast off. I think overall for the 20,000 yen is not too bad. It's another new manufacturer, so I don't know how good overall. But then there is the rooted hair version, so off skirt. So there's obviously roots down there if you prefer that. Like overall, I like the figure. I do. Obviously, I'm a sucker for Sensei style teacher figures, and then you can pay a bit more. Well, I didn't, but you can pay a bit more for DX versions, which have like wall scrolls but no other extra bits. So I get them if you want. I'm potentially they're quite nice overall though. Then we go on to Restrained Police Christina, illustrated by Kurohi Anana, 1/6 by Lovely, 25,740 yen, May 2026. Like this one a lot. I'm a sucker for, I love this posing. Sculpting looks really good. She's obviously been tormented. She's been whipped as well, and she's obviously chained up. I love the base. When they include these sorts of base extras to add to the environment and put her in the scene. I'm a sucker for that sort of styling. So yeah, very sexy looking figure, obviously well endowed, with multiple face options as well. You know, where she's actually trying to fight back, and then when she's actually getting aroused by the situation she's in. So yeah, very nice looking figure, very sexy. Pretty much auto buy, I think. For me, I'm pretty much going to be buying this one. So definitely keep an subscribe for that in the future. So I think, yeah, I love the outfit, love the white and blue, love the base. Yeah, very nice looking figure. And then you can pay a bit more if you want the wall scroll, A2 clear file, sorry, for 28,600 yen, May 2026. So again, if you want the original art as a clear file, very tempted to do that personally. I'm not too sure because that would put it over the threshold here for the UK imports. Then we've got Comic Unreal Volume 104 cover, illustration by the Bewitching Landmine, Catgirl Streamer by Nocturne, 33,000 yen. She is a 1/6 scale. I like this a lot, very nice looking figure. Love the chair, colours look really good. Stockings are really nice, facial expression looks really good. Obviously she's got a toy between her legs. Yep, very nice. I think is that two different poses? That's going to be a different lower section because you got her with her pants on and pants off. So that'll probably be that'll be a central body bit. So probably top half and the bottom and the legs stay the same. Are detached most likely. Very nice looking figure. I like it a lot. Definitely if you're into this kind of I like it a lot. And Nocturne's really good manufacturer for NSFW figures anyways. So I think probably worth getting a hold of. I'm very tempted to get this one as well. Elf Maid, no Go Hoshi Louch 1/6 by Hakori Musume, 20,700 yen, October 2025. So again, it's a dark skinned elf, so like auto buy in a Maid outfit, so it seems to be like an auto buy. Very tempted to get a hold of this figure. I like the seat, like the base, I like the accessories. You'll get a bit more than just a box standard Maid outfit figure. So yeah, like it a lot. And she is cast off. Can't remember if she's fully cast off. Chest area, toy, put with her foot on, fair enough. Is there another region that come off? What's that? She's got hand toy for butt play. And she's got something down the back. Okay, so it looks like she's got the toy down there. Multiple faceplates as well. So no, just the chest area, unfortunately. But yeah, it's part of this series of other elves. I did cover this elf that's on the floor about a month or so ago. So if you're going to collect them, I would look at getting all three. And I'm looking forward to this other elf Maid as well, where she's got the books, the pink hair. I think it'd be really nice to get all three of them as a setup in the future. I think, yeah, very nice looking figure. I think definitely worth getting hold of if you do like elves and maids personally. And the fact that she's like the tanned version as well, slightly tanned version out of the other two, it just elevates her even more. And then they got a exclusive sale version which comes with an acrylic character plate, A5 size, potentially as well. So yeah, I think worth getting a hold of. Very nice looking figure. Really like it a lot as well. Yeah, just really good looking figure. And that does it for this week of anime and figure pre-orders. Please comment, like, and subscribe, and I shall catch you in another video. Thanks. Bye.